Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Rizka Risenti. Now I would like to explain to you about content of academic journal, and the title is Instagram as an educational platform for EFL learners. And here the author of academic journal. He is Ali Erasran from Alanya Aladdin K. Kubat University. He is an assistant lecturer in there. Social media platforms have gained an exceptional popularity, especially in the last 10 years, and become an important part of human life, especially Instagram. A total of 4 billion people are active users of the internet. 43% of the total population of the world, or 7,593 billion, while 3,196 billion people are social media users, or 42 of the world population. Instagram is a media platform that is widely used by millions of users, thus many of which utilize Instagram as a learning media, because according to research from 219 students studying English, the result is Instagram can be used to enhance learning of English supplementary to formal teaching by exposing the student to language while they are using this platform as part of their everyday practices. Since such popular social media platforms as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google, Flickr, and so on provide considerable potential for education, educators tend to use them as a source for educational purposes. Social media network attract the attention of educators due to the popularity and use of this media network attracts the attention of educators of this network among young adults, especially with the increase of internet-connected smartphones. IDIN 2012 Ball and Beacon 2017. Given the high popularity of social media use, several studies have been carried out to demystify the use of social media platforms for educational purposes, in particular within the field of foreign language teaching and learning. Instagram has not been studied in detail in terms of its use for language learning purposes in higher education, despite being a popular social media platform among university students. And next is purposes. And the purpose of the research is try to unveil the opinions of university students' opinions about Instagram as an educational platform and its effect on student achievement in language learning process. And here the literature review. Social media platform create enjoyable and stress-free learning space tackled by educators to turn students' social media enthusiasm into a learning opportunity, according to McCarroll and Curran 2013. And then Facebook. Facebook attracts the attention of most educators and researchers for its potential in education. Thus, a considerable number of studies were carried out to investigate the use of Facebook as an educational platform in terms of language teaching and learning. Being the most popular social media platform ever, Facebook is reported to have features contributing to communication skills with peers and school or faculty members' participation, collaboration, peer support, commitment in educational activities, according to Tiryaki and Erzurum 2011. And next, Twitter. Various aspects of Twitter, from micro teaching positive students' attitude and increasing in student engagement, interpersonal relations, and class participation in higher education, pre-service teacher education, and etc. Additionally, regarding the language learning and teaching practices, it was shown that Twitter, with its microblogging features, holds various use at different language levels and settings, with varying tasks in addition to offering interaction and communication with native users of the target language. And Instagram can be used as search for activities in language classroom, like uh, digital storytelling, grammar activities through photos, role plays, reading, speaking through video, and etc. according to Handayani 2016. Okay, next, technique and method. This study was conducted adopting this method approach. Initially, a survey study making use of quantitative approach was utilized, and qualitative as an experimental study with a pre-test and post-test design was followed by an interview with the students from the experimental group. Thus, this study makes use of a number of data collection tools, a scale-in survey study to unveil students' opinions regarding Instagram use for educational and language learning purposes, student achievement scores in the experimental study, and finally, interview protocol to understand students' opinions regarding their experiences of Instagram following the experimental study. Okay, next, the participant of this research survey has been followed by 219 participants, female 105 and male 114. Age start from 17 until 25 and over. From department ELT 88, CE 35, GE 21, FE 20, ME 22, E triple 3, 11, 12, and AE 21. Experimental study is 80%, experimental group 40%, followed by female 17 and male 23. Control group 40%, followed by people 13 and male 27%. Interview followed by 6 students. And then data collection tools and process. This survey part of the study was completed by gathering the data regarding the students' opinions about Instagram, used for educational and language learning purposes. An experimental study was carried out to investigate the likely effect of Instagram use on the students' language learning process. Randomly selected EFL students learning English were grouped for experimental part of the study, and equal groups for 40 students were assigned as the experimental and the control group in the random way. Creating an Instagram account as Learning English Aku, or the tools of data collections. The students in the experimental group were invited to join the Instagram account specified For a period of 10 weeks, the experimental group students were systematically exposed to Instagram post structure around the content and syllable of the course book they followed in their formal classes, and asked to participate in the assignment posted or comment on the post, while the control group continued their formal language structure. The use of Instagram for the experimental study was designed as supplementary to formal classes. In the pre and post tests, both the experimental and the control group students were administered achievement tests for comparison, and the effectiveness of Instagram on students' language learning was then tested statistically. And here are the findings. For the first finding, revealing students' opinions about Instagram with demographic parts and routine use of social media. And for a second finding, investigating whether Instagram affects students' learning language with 10 weeks for a divided into experimental and control group. Okay, for the last finding or the third finding, the finding from qualitative data collected through uh, in-depth interviews of 6 students based on recurring them. Okay, for the last is conclusion. The social media platform, especially Instagram, claim in the purpose of this study allows students to create cooperative, collaborative, and sharing atmosphere, supporting formal class settings other than shared classroom material. In the case of language learning objective, Instagram are found as an effective tool. In the experiment section performed for this study, indicating that the students perform better in post-test after additional Instagram introduction for face-to-face. And therefore, as shown by the survey and experimental findings, and interviews of the current study provide the Instagram can be used to support students' language learning, as it provides an opportunity for them to practice language with colleagues and to surroundings.
Okay, thank you for your nice attention. And I'm sorry if there's any mistakes. If you have any question, you can ask for me by an email. Okay, see you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.